Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Tisha's 2-Minute Tips. Did you know that April Fool's Day in France is celebrated as April Fish Day, and that people spend their day pranking by taking these paper cutouts of fishes and sticking them onto people's backs, and they have fish-shaped chocolates and pastries to celebrate April Fool's Day. Maybe it's a French thing, but I'm not sure what's so funny about that. In fact, I find it a little bit, well, fishy. Now, I don't get to say all that often, this seems fishy, but I found myself saying that twice last week to two separate situations that were remarkably similar. So I thought I'd talk about it in this week's 2-minute tips. And to illustrate what happened, I wanted to use an actual case, Prestige Ford Garland Limited Partnership versus Maria Morales. Back in 1999, Maria Morales went into a Ford dealership for a 1999 Ford Expedition, and she agreed to pay $564 a month for 5 years. 1 month before the end of the 5-year term, that's in July of 2004, Maria went into the dealership, and Maria discovered that she still owed about $12,000 in lease termination fees, and that was after she had paid the $564 a month for 5 years. In my own words, Maria felt like she was pranked in a really bad April Fool's joke, because here's her side of the story. She couldn't speak English, and so she said she lacked the understanding and the knowledge to enter into a lease agreement. And back in August of 1999, when she signed the paperwork, the Ford dealership didn't give her a copy of the paperwork and told her they would send her a copy in the mail. Something must have been fishy to Maria, because she went back to the dealership in November of 1999 and asked for a copy of the paperwork since it never arrived in the mail. The Ford dealership representative showed her a sales contract in which she was supposed to pay over $700 a month. Maria was confused, but the testimony at trial said the sales representative told her not to worry and just to continue making her payments, which were $564. Even though there was evidence in the record that Maria had signed something called a closed-end lease for the Ford Expedition, the jury found in her favor, saying that the Ford dealership were liable. So what's this week's takeaway? Know and understand what you're signing before you actually sign. In both instances, these people were losing 6 figures because they signed without reading or understanding what actually was going on in the transaction. If you find yourself in a situation where what you signed is not in an alignment with what you agreed upon, don't necessarily give up. Like Maria, you may still have legal rights to enforce the agreement that you actually thought you made. I hope you found that helpful and thought-provoking. I'll talk to you next week. Thanks.